everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sandra Davis with Women's Network of USA, and today I present the lovely Anna Tjoumas, and I am so happy to have her here. As you can see, she is a pampered chef. What do you call yourself? What's your title?
Consultant.
Consultant. Well, let me tell you what, she is more than a consultant. She is a rock star with Pampered Chef. Anna knows already how much I love and adore her. She's a million to one when it comes to her business. And I am always so excited when I get to talk to her because she just comes up and she's so positive. So thank you for joining me, Anna.
Thank you for having me.
All that food behind you looks so good.
Oh, yes. We're all about the food, and making it simple.
So let's start off. Tell me a little bit about yourself first. Or
Okay.
tell our audience a little bit about you. I know already about you, but I'd love for you to tell us about yourself personally. And then I want you to go in and talk to us about Pampered Chef and just take it away. And then I'm going to ask you.
All right, I'll take it away. A little bit about me. I'm married for 44 years, going on 45 years on July 4th. I have 2 adult children. I have 1 beautiful grandchild, which I love her to pieces. And so I was working not a lot of different educational businesses before. I am a retired teacher. I worked in the city of Manassas public school system for 25 years and retired. But prior to that, I did high school in a private school. I did preschool. So I'm a kind of a jack of all trades kind of a person. So I started the Pampered Chef business because I wanted the free stuff. I had no intention.
I like it.
Honestly, I'm like, because I'm like, I don't want to do another business. I mean, I'm already got a full-time job. I don't have time to do something else. So I decided I wanted just to join to get the free stuff because I'm all about the tools and the gadgets. And I'm like, if I can get them for a discount there, then yes. Let me go for that, So joined Pampered Chef 11 years ago. People kept on me like, hey, I want to do a party with you. And I'm like, you do? And I'm like, I never asked for it,
Was that a shock to you? That's what
it was because I didn't expect it. I didn't plan it, So all I said, I just keep a little bit to keep myself active, which $150 every 6 months. I'm like, I can buy $150 easy, so.
But you know what? It's so cool that you're in it though, because look at the common theme. Look at the common theme. You were a teacher. You're still a teacher.
Yeah,
still teaching. Blood. Okay.
Just teaching a little different way, and I teach how the tools can simplify their lives. And, definitely I call them power tools. Not all of them are power tools, but we do have a great line of electronics now. So again, I never had an intention to move forward with the business. I dabbled in it for a few years, and then when I retired 6 years ago, was able to just take it because I had more time, take it to a different level. And now it's my retirement income, supplemental to my wonderful big income that I get as retirement. So that's kind of where it started. So I've been able to, especially this last year, ramp up the business, which I didn't think would happen in a different way. I had to change my thinking. I was an in-person cooking show demonstrator. So of course, COVID months happened. I'm like, nope, not going in anybody's house. Got to give up the business. Quickly, I had to either quit or change a mindset. So I changed a mindset, immersed myself in trying to figure out how to run a virtual business. I took trainings. I mean, I just took whatever I could, made it my own. And I halfway know what I'm doing some days,
But you know what? You're hitting on so many good points, because everything that I know about direct sales, I love it. I'm a huge fan of direct sales.
Yeah.
I just attended a 2-day conference in regards to direct sales and direct sellers. I try to represent all women in business, whether in direct sales or not. But you know what? You hit on the main thing to make you successful in direct sales is, what did you say? You made it your own. You
make it your own. Exactly. So, I mean, I was pulling from this person and pulling from this person. I said, okay, I like that. I'll incorporate that. No, that thing is not for me, so I'm not doing that. You
Yeah.
know, I see where a lot of consultants will put a bunch of hostesses in the one group because it makes it, number one, easier for them to put 5 hostesses in one party. And for
Yeah.
me, in my head tells me that's not personal enough, even though they swear by it. I said, it's not me,
Yeah.
so I won't do that. You
Yeah.
know, so that's why there are multiple ways to do a business. So they came out with texting parties. Okay, I've not tried that. I do Zoom
Texting
parties
parties.
too. So I do
Oh my
Facebook
gosh, can you
parties.
imagine? I haven't even been invited to a texting party yet.
Yeah. I said, well, if I find somebody that doesn't, I'm like, please invite me to your
Yeah, so
texting
you can
party because I
learn.
want to learn. And I said, okay, that's for me or not. That's not for me, you know? So you just kind of pick and choose the stuff that you think will work for you and make it your own.
Yeah.
So there's like messenger parties. So there's all, I mean, there's all kinds. And so I mostly do
Well,
Facebook parties,
what do they say?
Zoom parties.
You've had to pivot. You have to learn the new things. You have to
You know,
learn.
learn and try, you know, try it. You know, if you try it and it just doesn't fit for you or just don't like it, don't do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally
So,
100% agree. Look at me. I mean, I've tried several things and, if it doesn't feel right, I mean, doesn't mean I'm not still passionate about things, but it depends on what
no,
road you want to take, what route you want to take and how you want to do it.
right.
So, yeah, so, I love to talk about your sales because you've been phenomenal and, you are amazing with it. And, I know about your air fryer situation. She was telling me this year the air fryer was blown out the window with this whole sale thing and they sold umpteen million and
60,000 in 1 month,
60,000 air fryers.
in 1 month.
Yeah, in 1 month she sold 17 of those. That's a big deal because Christmas had just finished, correct? And you would
Correct.
think
This
that
was
would have been the number
January,
one gift of the year.
right?
And here comes January. And I have to tell you, I think that's amazing. But I want to ask you a question before we get to your other questions. I want to know, what is your favorite, since you've been with Pampered Chef for 11 years, has been your all-time favorite Pampered Chef product? Now, I know what mine are. You know that I hawk those silicone cups with the lids,
Yeah,
the
you love your
silicone
silicone
measuring cups.
bowls.
I love them. I use them probably every day, but that's not the only thing that I use every day. I mean, but what is your favorite? What's your favorite all
See, I
time?
had so many, and then my favorites change as they come out with new products every 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, for tools, I would say the mix and chop is my number one selling tool. The one that looks, you know, like it has a star on the end of it. That great for breaking
Yeah.
up ground beef.
And
Yeah,
it's
so
just
that's just
the
a little tool.
one piece, right? I've got
Yes, one
that.
piece. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, so you can use it for not only for breaking up the ground beef, smashing potatoes, making guacamole. So it's a we like to say our tools are multifunctional, so you can use them for many things.
Oh yeah.
Egg
So
salad, you know,
yeah,
whatever it is, you know. So
that's
it's
a
a
great
little
tool.
tool. It's a $15 tool, but it's my number one selling tool.
Yeah.
So as far as a small item, you know, just a little gadgety thing. Okay. So as far as the number one big item, I would say my air fryer, because truly I do use that every day.
Yeah.
I'll use it for, you know, because I can
Great
use it.
thing.
It's for toasting. I can make a whole dinner in there. I hardly heat up my big oven anymore because it's just the two of us here. And so it's plenty enough space. And I love that the ease of cleaning, you know, the
Yeah.
trays that are in there, just throw them in the dishwasher. So that's the thing with Pampered Chef, that when they come out with the product, they just don't throw it at you. They test it. They have what they call ambassadors, which are actually Pampered Chef consultants, and they'll send them out to these ambassadors to try and test and
Have
say,
you
okay,
ever
what do you
been
like?
in, have you ever
I
tried?
haven't, but I'd love to be one for a product.
Yeah, they need an
And they,
outside customer who sign me up. That would be
right? I'm like,
fun.
sign me up. I want to do this, right?
Yeah, right.
So, and then so
Pampered
the
Chef's a great
ambassadors,
business.
they get a little t-shirt. It says, I'm a quick cooker ambassador. And, you know, they have a little picture of the little quick
Cute.
cooker, you know,
Yeah,
and so
but you
they
know
send
what?
them
It's
out and say,
awesome that they keep
yeah,
people
try them.
involved.
What do we need to do different? You know, what changes would you make about it? And then they go back to the drawing board, make the changes,
Yes.
and then we move forward.
So with that being said, do you have a team?
I do have a team, and
Are you
so
looking to build a team?
I want more on my team because I want to help them be as successful as I am, you know, and I've been able to do that in this last year because they saw, you know, kind of what, you know, I had one of my hostesses who was asking questions for a friend, but she really was asking questions for a friend about the business.
Yeah.
But as she's asking me, she's soaking it in.
Yeah. She's
So
thinking, gosh,
yeah,
why am I,
she's like,
why am I
wow,
not doing this
you
myself?
know, and this is the person that has done multiple direct sales businesses. And I always said, you know, since she used to run a Heartland chapter, I always said, God, I wish I could have her on my team.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
happened.
Yeah.
So,
You
and
set
so,
that
because you
intention,
know what?
didn't you? You set
You
the,
know why she joined? Because she realized she could do work from a virtual space, because she was not going to go in people's homes, and that did not appeal to her at all. So, but when she saw that we could do this in a virtual space, she was like, I can do this, because she's a massage therapist also by trade. And she was not going to be doing any massages, and also she's health compromised. So this is something she could supplement her income. She also works full time. But you know, on the phone from home. So this was something she could
awesome.
incorporate into her life to have her an extra income just for a, you know, emergencies or whatever, and then eventually into retirement like I did.
Yeah,
So that just
exactly.
happened for me by accident. It was not a plan. So but it
But
was
you made
somebody's
it your
plan.
plan. You've done
Things,
very well with it. You've really, I mean, you just didn't, you were very, very creative in your thoughts and thinking, and you made it really happen. So, all right, let's get on with our questions. So I made up, when I knew that I was going to start having members come on and do one-on-ones with me and share about you and show you off to the world, because that's what I like to do. I decided to create a bunch of questions, and I folded them up and I drew them before that we started, just so I wouldn't ask the same questions over and over again to other people that I interview. And Anna is a member. She's our crystal member here at Women's Network. And so, are you ready?
I'm ready. Fire at me.
Okay. So, since we just asked, I know what the questions are already. I'm going to ask you this one first, since we talked about building a team. All right. Are you ready? If you had one piece of advice to someone starting their own stay-at-home business, what would it be?
Okay, a piece of advice. I would say learn as much as you can about your product. Is what I tell my consultants. You want to take the training. Our company provides training right as soon as they log into their consultant corner. We have a system called Dash, and it runs them through a series of lessons. I say start there. Start there. We can do trainings together, you know. But this is a good. Our company has provided it for us. Go there, learn what you can, understand your product. Okay, so what are you selling? Be passionate, learn it, use it. Okay, so if you don't, you know, like we say to our consultants, get your catalog out, go page by page and learn your product. Okay,
Yes.
we also have training in our consulting corners. As soon as they come out with new products, there's your training. There's your training for that. Do it, you know.
Yeah.
So
It's
and I
gonna
would
come
say
off the right foot to success, correct?
correct. And then, so, you know, and you have to love your product. You have to be passionate about your product, and don't go out there to try to sell anything. Okay, because really you're just you're trying to create connections, and they need to trust you. Okay, so don't just go out there and say, hey, you want to do a party. Why would you want to do a party? What is it in for them? Would you like to earn some free and discounted products? Let me help you fill your kitchen with products that you need in your
Yeah.
kitchen.
Mhm.
That's what we're not selling products. Okay, so you make a connection. They trust you. So that's what you're trying to do when you're going out there trying to promote yourself. You know, you're actually selling yourself.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
personally,
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
they
I
need to
mean, I don't know if
trust
you
you.
saw my post. You know what?
Yeah,
Before I buy your product, I need to buy you. You know, I'm buying you. I'm not buying
right.
your product. I'm buying you.
So they need to trust you. You know, they need to trust you. You need to create a relationship with that person. And why would they want to do business with you? You know, what sets you apart? You know, because you know I'm going to help you get the best price, right? You know I'm
Absolutely.
going to show you how I'm going to help you, right?
Right.
I'm only the avenue to help. Okay,
Yes,
so
that's
that's what I consider myself. I'm the avenue to help them get the things they would love to have in their
awesome.
kitchen. So
I love that because you're very authentic. And I hate that word authentic. It's turned into something where people are not, they're no longer authentic, you know?
exactly,
You are truly, you know, it comes from your heart. I know this. I know
it
you.
is. It is a hard thing for
I'm
sure.
not sure how long I've known you. How long do you think that you and I've known each other?
I would say probably at least 5 years.
I know, but you know what I really wanted to say is it feels like I've known you forever. And it's because I trust you. I love you. I know I love what you do. I love how you do it. That's for number one thing. But let's get on to the next question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but go ahead.
So you've told us how you've gotten where you are today in the last 11 years and how you retired and you know, la la la. But what are your long-term goals from here?
So my long-term goals, I mean, I think I have a goal, always like long-term goal. I mean, I would like to promote to the next couple levels in our business. Being that I'm 66 years old, at some
You
point,
don't look 66. And when you said you were married to your husband for how many years?
40, almost 45 years. It'll
Good
be
God.
45 years July. I was 5 when we got married.
I love it. Well, you certainly don't represent these ages in this length of time to be married, but continue, please.
Um, so my long-term goals promote to maybe advanced director or senior director. But I would love to also help more people with a business that has been sustainable, product that everyone loves and uses, doesn't, and no matter what gender you are. I mean, everyone loves Pampered Chef. There's something for everyone. Their kids love Pampered Chef. I mean, I have a lady right now doing a party because her son is autistic and he has gotten into cooking. So, you know, they'll get the blue apron kind of boxes, if you will, but you still need tools. So you need
Yes.
a garlic press, a zester, and that kind of thing, a juicer, you know. So that's what she's looking at. So she wanted
That's
to get these
awesome.
tools.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have my nephew, he took a huge liking to cooking when he was about 14. He's
Uh-huh.
he's 23 now, but oh my gosh, he took such a huge and he was big on making monkey bread.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and he loved that and he's now turned into a great cook and now he's got a nice little girlfriend and he cooks for her all the time. That's all she talks about. So it's a great thing for kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truly.
And start them young in the kitchen because they're more apt as adults to stay in the kitchen when they learn it.
And
So, you know,
healthier cooking.
yeah,
And you know,
exactly. And you control the ingredients you put in your recipe. So,
I also wanted to mention that, you know, I've told you this before that I think that Pampered Chef is so amazing for the fact that they actually stay on trend with the current trend
absolutely.
of diets and eating and nutrition and all that stuff. They've kind of rolled it with a punch. It's like I'm looking behind you right now. There's a charcuterie board. We know how popular the charcuterie boards have become this year. And once again, an air fryer. That's just such a huge, you know, like you said, your power tools there. So good job. Just love
Right.
it. Okay, so are you ready for your bonus question? This is a little stickier question, but
Sure.
are you ready? I knew you would be. You love challenges. I know you. Well, what has been your biggest failure since having your business? What do you think your biggest failure has been?
My biggest failure, I would say my biggest failure is to get my team members out there strong because I figured I don't want to bug them, you know, I don't want to be in their face and say, you need to do, you need to do, you need to do. Okay. But I think sometimes people need that little push, you know, like maybe they do need somebody, you know.
Yeah.
I had a lady, she goes, like, if I join, will you really be there for me? And I said, of course I will. You know, I will be there. I will talk to you. She says, I have a lady calls me every day, one of my consultants, because that's what she wants. And I'm going to call. She calls, I'll answer it if I can.
Yes.
Okay. So if that's what she needs, if that's the support she needs, that's what I'm going to get it for. But I need to change again my mind to say, don't assume that you're bugging them because maybe that's what
Right.
they need.
That
Okay.
falls
So
in line
that
with
is
that
my
whole,
biggest challenge, you
that's
know,
that limiting belief thing that we all have to
limiting
work on
belief, right?
constantly.
I've never really had problem getting the word out, I've really never had a problem with getting parties on my calendar.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
but yeah, that has been my challenge in keeping the team strong and motivated, but in this business, it's what you put into it. So if they're not willing to put the time in, then it's here. So you treat a business like a business, then it's going to be one. If you treat it as a
Absolutely.
hobby, it's going to be a hobby.
Yeah.
So,
Great advice. Great
yeah.
advice.
So, but
So
anyway.
before I let you go, I want to ask you what kind of thing you do have a special program going on right now too, right? Don't you have something else that you're doing about create it's a form of a party?
So, you mean a freezer meal?
Yes.
Did you? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, years ago, we started these freezer meals that we were meeting in person and getting together and creating meals. So that would involve buying a bundle, which is our seasonings, because we have a wonderful line of seasonings and herbs and spices. So we tell people what they need to order. It's typically about 6 of our seasonings. And then we would send them a shopping list, and they're going to go shopping for ingredients. This time it's going to be via Zoom. So they can log into the Zoom and they'll have all their ingredients there as we've instructed them. And we say, okay, this is for the pork tenderloin recipe. Get your bag out, put this ingredient, this much spice. We'll have already given them the details of the recipe.
Yeah, right.
And then we'll
That's
send them all
cool.
the recipes. And then they put these 5 recipes into their freezer. Okay, if you have a smaller family, you can actually divide them in half, because these recipes usually feed about 4 to 6 people. Divide them in half, and now you have 10 little meals in the freezer.
That's awesome.
Okay, so now, since of COVID, we decided, let's try it on a virtual space, do it via Zoom. Okay, people can log in. We have a set time, but if they can't make it 10:30 on March 20th, then they can go back and look at the playback. Okay, so, and they can do it in their leisure, but we provide them all the recipes, all the ingredients, and then tell them how to package it, so they see the instructions on how to cook it the day of cooking day, because that's what they'll need to do, so it's pretty interesting. And this is my first one. Actually, my national director is running this one, and as kind of a sample, so that maybe, so again, another way to get people involved. And I've had a good response with this, and I put it out there, and I'm like, oh well, I'll put it out there and see if anybody's interested. I'm funny about, a lot of my customers already have a lot of the seasonings, and I say, okay, you don't have to buy the whole bundle. If you have the garlic and herb, then don't buy that one. We'll just buy what you need,
But it opens up a great opportunity if they already have those spices or something. Then you can always share a new tool with them or something like that they might need.
Exactly, and we show, and that's the thing, we'll show the tools and how to put these things together. I had a customer who says, I don't, I would love to just be involved. I don't want to do the recipes, but I just want to come into the group. And I'm like, absolutely. It's free for everybody. It doesn't cost you anything to be in and watch the video. We don't charge anything for that. We don't charge anything for our demonstrations. When I Zoom parties, I don't charge any money for people to come see me on a Zoom, so it's a free service we provide, so, but that's where that goes. The other thing I really like to do is fundraisers, and I'm really passionate about helping organizations make money for their organizations. So I just finished one for Future Farmers of America out in Warren County, and their party ended up being about $2,800. I was able to cut a check for $700 for their organization. Nice. So because I give back my commissions, because I've been fortunate enough to not need the income to survive on it. So why not give back if I can? Right.
Because when you give, what happens? You have received, I'm sure you received a lot in return.
Right. So, and for me, I make very little money on those, but it doesn't matter, because, I'm helping somebody, so, and it doesn't matter what it is, your child going to on a well, not right now, but a cheerleading team, and you need extra money to get that child to the cheerleading camp in Florida, we'll do it for whatever, you know what I mean? So, And of course, we always have
job.
done our Feed America campaign where we always have products that, they donate money towards that Feed America campaign. And we also do the roundup. So when you order something, you have the ability to round up your order to the next dollar. And that little change, you just wouldn't believe how much it adds up,
Yeah.
So with close to probably 10,000 consultants, you can imagine. So
Yeah, that is a great way. That's a great way to earn some extra cash to give away, really.
yeah,
Round it up.
and that's a
round it up.
program they've done for years. I mean, our company's 40 years old, so that's and as far as I remember, they've been doing that Feed America campaign. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, you're
So,
always such a pleasure, and I love you very much.
thank you. I love you
And
too.
I have to say that I'm so blessed to have you a part of this, and you're always somebody I know I can turn to whatever I need. If I need a little business advice, or if I need something good to put on my dinner table tonight, I know who I can call, and that would be Anna. So everybody, please check her out. And I really want you to reach out to her, and if you want to, please have a one-on-one with her as well. And other than that, look forward to seeing more stuff about Anna coming up as a member here of Women's Network of USA. And thank you again.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
I've enjoyed it. My pleasure.
All right. You're going to be all over the airwaves here when we end this thing. So,
Okay.
all right. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Bye.